Bulginaka, do you know that cybercrime is becoming a growing problem in Fiji?
Cybercrime is defined as a crime in which a computer is the object of the crime, such as hacking and spamming.
Cybercrime is also cyberbullying and using fake profiles to cause panic and spreading false news.
If you're involved in this or know anyone who's committing these crimes, report them immediately.
I'm Polly.
And I'm Peter.
We host the Traffic Jam Show on City FM.
From 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. every weekday.
Do the right thing.
In this bulletin, LTA launches new bus complaints procedure. Ministry to continue expanding health services. And Kandavu villages go cashless.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Atera Lendua.
The Land Transport Authority and Consumer Council have signed a memorandum of understanding today that will help address concerns raised by bus operators and the public. The MOU will provide a platform where both the public and public service vehicle operators can engage with each other and address safety-related concerns. The procedure will also allow Fijians to directly raise their concerns regarding bus services with relevant companies. It is also to strengthen the existing relationship between the two stakeholders in working towards the safety of travellers.
In many cases, to resolve it properly and amicably, we need information. So through this signing off, we'll be able to share information with each other.
We need as much information as possible shared with us, but more importantly, shared with the bus operator, because the bus operator needs to know what's happening.
The Health Ministry will continue to take its core services to outer islands and remote areas for Fijians directly facing difficulties in accessing these services in urban centres. Surgical Registrar Dr. Sela Komaimbole says the government remains committed in improving the health and well-being of every Fijian. Dr. Komaimbole represented the Health Ministry during a week-long tour spearheaded by the United Nations and various arms of the government to several islands in the Lau group. During the tour, he managed to screen 60 Fijians and operated on 43, while 3 patients have to undergo major operations at CWM Hospital.
It has been a wonderful and humbling experience. You get to see the roots of where people, some of people of Fiji come to the main hospitals, and you see the difficulties, the challenges they face in trying to acquire, trying to reach our main cities. And more often we take that for granted.
The most irregular migrants in Fiji between 2013 and 2019 were visa overstayers. Chief of Mission for International Organization for Migration, Solomon Kanta, says during those years, approximately 3,900 individuals were estimated to have overstayed in the country. Kanta confirms some of the overstayers were work permit holders.
More than 3,000 work permits have been issued to foreigners coming to Fiji each year since 2014. Accounting to between 17 to 24% of permits issued each year.
The civil work at the subdivision under development by China Railway Group in Tavuilevu was expected to be completed in September 2019. However, local government minister Pramila Kumar says this has been delayed due to the rainy weather. The China Railway First Group Fiji Core Limited was awarded the tender on the 1st of December 2017. Kumar says the civil work is now expected to be completed by May this year.
We are experiencing a lot of rain in Suva, and that causes delay because the site is all about cut and fill, and when it rains it becomes too muddy, and of course the work has to be stopped.
The village of Vunise in Kandavu is the first maritime island to adopt a cashless payment system through Vodafone's M-Pesa QR. With no banks on the island and access to cash is a challenge, the advanced shop in Bunisea is the first business to launch the system. Owner Williame Nangele Wuki says the post office is open only for limited hours, but with the new system, villagers can access their money at their convenience.
It's about helping us manage our finances, making sure it's secured, and save costs.
Making sure that everybody moves together. You know, not one community in Viti Levu or Banwa Levu only is looked after whilst the rest of the people aren't. So these kind of services are very, very important.
Up ahead, Lillian Bati determined. And Quadro returns after 17-month lapse.
Kuira na ngone no de nini ena be singa ni mataka.
Mersi sunga da kena loma dina kena mikron.
Sakena ngau na mitaro bina na baksa ngai ka wala loma taki na ngone. Dalamina oya o meliki.
Bulre oya o Samuel Samuli.
Nama kikira ena be mataka.
Boniti kena magrombuka.
Ni wai tiri kalima na miniti me ono kina tiri na kaloko. Ena radio Fiji One na ndomo ibiti.
Indaw kina na mataka. Dan ramay na singabo.
The Lambasa football team has dedicated its Pele Garments champion versus champion win to the people of Vanua Levu, who are still recovering from the impacts of the two recent cyclones. The victory is special as it has not only brought smiles to the faces of their fans, but it is also their mentor's first win as a coach. Emotional Lambasa coach Ravnil Pratap says the win is for the people of Vanua Levu.
We cannot rebuild everything just in one day, but this win tells us that we will go back and rebuild whatever we have lost, and it's an inspiration and hope for all the people of Banwa Levu.
The Liline Memorial School Under-19 team has only one aim: to remain focused as the Fiji Secondary School Rugby League competition continues. The team started off on a high, thrashing Lomaibuna Secondary 40-10 in the first round of play on Saturday. Coach Ulayasi Wakataukula says the win has set the tempo for the next round and on to the national quarterfinals.
We want to start on a higher note as we are aiming to win the Under-19 trophy, which KVS is holding on to. I told the boys before the beginning of the game to start well and to finish well.
Being away from the boxing scene for over 15 months, former welterweight champion Joseph Quadro is ready to win his first title of the year. The 35-year-old will challenge South Pacific Boxing Championship cruiserweight title holder Aliberete Kauiava next month. Quadro is relishing on the chance to get back into the ring. The Ghanaian national has been working with sparring partners from the academy to get back in shape.
I have nothing much to say, guys. Be ready, make sure I'm ready for March 20th with my team. And I'm training with Winston and Sam and Atul and my boxing academy boys. So they're pushing me hard for the March program.
Novak Djokovic has opened up about the adversity he faced in winning one of what he calls is his most emotional Australian Open title. The world #1 says injury nearly derailing his attempt to continue his Melbourne dominance. Manchester City stretched its winning run in the Premier League to 13 games and maintains its 10-point lead at the top after a 1-0 win over Arsenal today. The header from Man City's Raheem Sterling, just 77 seconds into the game, gave City the much-needed 3 points. A weak frontal system lies just to the north of the country and is expected to gradually move away from the group. Mostly fine conditions are prevailing. There's a slight chance of some showers later in the afternoon. And that's FBC News Now. Join us again at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. For news you can trust, get the facts from FBC's TV, radio, and digital news at fbcnews.com.fj. Take care and good afternoon.
हमारे खूबसूरत देश फिजी में चाइल्ड अब्यूज की घटनाएं आए दिन बढ़ रही हैं।
क्यों बच्चों का मासूम बचपन अब्यूज का शिकार हो जाता है?
अपने बच्चों की सुरक्षा का खास ख्याल रखें।
उनसे बातचीत करें, उनके दोस्तों के बारे में जानें।
आज के बच्चे देश का भविष्य है। मैं दीप्ति
और मैं मोनिश,
आपके हमसफर। शामिल हो जाए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे
5:45 AM से 10 AM तक
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन पर।